Hi guys, so I'm gonna read Space Family Robinson #1. So, creatures from other worlds peril the crew of Earth's first space station. And there's the map of the galaxy. I think the Milky Way galaxy it's supposed to be, because Big Dipper's there. I recognize that in Andromeda. Space Family Robinson. The Challenge of Gorko. Time. The future. Place. The solar system. The first family to live in space, the Robinsons, June and Craig and their children, Tim and Tam, are threatened with destruction on their space station, home by a shower of fiery meteors.
It's a meteor shower, and it's heading right towards us.
Tim and Tam Robinson watched the oncoming meteors, helpless to act.
The meteor bumper ought to protect us from the small ones. But what about the big one? The reverse jets. We have to decelerate.
There isn't time. The meteor shower roars upon the giant space station, as the protective outer shell of the station is hit by the smaller meteors. The large meteor zooms past, missing contact by a scant margin. Whoosh!
That was a close one, Craig.
Too close.
I think even Yacker and Clancy knew we were in trouble.
Squawk! Blast off!
Tim, we'd better get our spacesuits on and check for damage on the outer shell.
Right, Dad.
Craig and Tim Robinson enter the escape lift tube. Have your mother switch on frequency 7, Tam. We'll let you know how we're doing. With gas rockets to propel themselves, Tim and Craig step into the weightlessness of space to inspect the damage. Could be a lot worse, son.
Sure. We ought to be able to make these repairs in jet-quick time.
At that moment, inside the space station,
Acus rim del aureus imic lefum ral.
A human voice from outer space. Frequency 7. Better get inside. Fast. I'm getting a voice, Craig, and it's not from Earth.
A few moments later,
Acus rim del aureus acas rim del aureus.
Seems to be coming from the 419 asteroid sector.
Leaping Lunar! That's only 50,000 miles from here. Practically next door.
I'll feed this voice through the speech translator. We might be able to decode it.
Acus rim del aureus.
Acus rim del planet Aureus calling. It's coming through. Planet Aureus calling for help. We are destined to be taken over by Gorko. We need help. Aureus calling for help. Please. Aureus calling for help.
Radio interference. I've lost them.
Did you get a fix on their location?
419 asteroid sector. All right. Level 73.
I wonder who Gorko is. One thing's sure, we've got to help them.
I know how you feel, Tim, but it's impossible. We don't have time. In addition to making those repairs on the meteor bumper, I have to have those reports ready for Earth control tomorrow night. The rocket probe to Uranus has already begun. It's too late to change our schedule.
But, Dad...
I'm sorry, Tim, but it's out of the question. The U.S. government assigned us to this station for a reason. Our research here comes first. If we left the space station now, we'd jeopardize the entire Uranus probe.
But we could go alone, Dad. Just Tam and I, in the Spacemobile. Now wait a minute, children. We can't let you. But we might be able to help, Mom. Those people need help.
I suppose they could just look around. It's possible they could offer some assistance.
Please, Mom. If there's nothing we can do, we'll clear out before the trouble hits. It's up to your father.
If you promise to be careful, and don't take any chances.
It's a deal. We promise.
Outfitted with the necessary gear, Tim and Tam set out for asteroid sector 419.
Planet Orius, here we come. Level reading, not 88. We'll take her down to 73. Getting anything on the radio?
Tam works the radio dial, which is connected to a portable speech translator.
Orius receiving. Orius receiving. R3.
This is Earth Spacemobile. Calling Planet Orius. Calling Planet Orius. They're coming through, and in our language.
You are within our magnetic force belt. Shut off your engines, and we will guide you in.
Let's hope they know what they're doing. They'd better, because we sure don't.
All controls in the Spacemobile are silent.
Hey, I can almost feel it, like a gravity pull. Those green and blue belts. It's like a miniature Earth. They're bringing us down. Look at that city. It's beautiful. Look, someone's coming to meet us.
Tim and Tam step out of their Spacemobile and are met by 4 men from Orius.
They look just like Earth people, except their skins are blue.
Welcome to Elamus, capital city of Orius.
But you speak our language. The message we heard on the radio
was in our native tongue. When we sent the message, there was no way of knowing just who would hear it. Our translator sets can voice the translation. It is simple, once you get the hang of it. Your voices are picked up and translated through our speech microphone. You have come to help us?
Well, we don't know exactly what this is all about.
Come, we will take you to the Orius Council Room. You will meet our leader. You can remove your spacesuits, if you like. Our atmosphere is much like Earth.
You know about Earth?
For many centuries, we have followed your progress. Your advances have been swift. However, we are still 200 or 300 years ahead of you.
Tim and Tam meet the leader of Orius Amagra.
We are glad you have come, Tim and Tam Robinson. There is little time. Come with me. I shall try and explain the nature of our problem.
Tim and Tam are led to a giant building.
This is our planetary atmosphere and weather reconstruction station. From here, we are able to control atmosphere on neighboring planets. We can change climates, bring life to uninhabited places.
Jumpin' Jupiter!
However, a little over a year ago, Gorko and some of his men stole the plans to this station. He reconstructed a smaller duplicate of this station on the asteroid Karnos. Then, a few days ago, our weather began to change. Even the fuel structure in our rocket ships changed.
We are prisoners on our own planet. We cannot even evacuate. But can't you do the same to him?
No. The asteroid Karnos is one of the few that our station cannot control. It is surrounded by a powerful anti-frequency force belt. Gorko and his space creatures are renegades, outcasts from other planets. They plan to render us harmless and take us prisoner.
They will turn us into ice. Their final phase has begun. He plans eventually to rule the universe.
In time, perhaps even your Earth will be a target of Gorko's mad plans.
But just where do we come into all this?
Your spacecraft. It is our one chance. Gorko's control station must be rendered harmless, or we are doomed. Your ship uses fuel that is obsolete in our civilization. It is not yet under control of Gorko's station.
Rio and I will go with you.
The decision must be yours. We will not force you.
Sizzle and Saturn, we want to help you.
Amagra shows Tim and Tam Robinson the asteroid charts.
This is Karnos. Rio and Guia will guide you.
Let's get started, Tim. We're wasting time.
A short time later.
You are very kind to help us, Earth friends. Great galaxy. We just have to. For your good, as well as our own planet. We promise not to take any chances, Tim. We're not in any trouble yet, Tam. And anyway, this is important to all of us.
But, at that moment, on the asteroid Karnos,
a ship approaches.
Gorko summons two of his guards.
Agla, Clago.
The guards move out to prepare for the intruders.
Grrr.
Tim guides his spacemobile towards the asteroid.
This is Karnos. This is Karnos. The vapor cloud is dense. Perhaps we can slip through it without being seen. Let's hope so. I can't see a thing. I'll switch on the auto-control landing guide.
Silently, Tim sets the spacecraft down.
We made it. Gosh, it's sure spooky. We must stay together. It would be dangerous to separate.
Suddenly,
Grrr.
Rio fires a ray gun.
They're like statues.
The ray gun immobilizes them. They will be like that for an hour or so. Hurry! We must get to that control station before the alarm is sounded.
Soon,
There it is.
as they approach the control station, two more of Gorko's renegade space recruits see them.
Grrr.
Look out!
This way, quickly!
We must find the main control room. The foursome head down a long corridor. Ring, 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 ring.
The alarm!
Gorko's guards pour out of a doorway at the end of the corridor. Gorko views the intruders from his control room.
They will not escape.
Down this corridor.
We'll never get out of here now.
This way.
Finally, the control room. Here, Tim. Keep this ray gun trained on that door.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to turn this weather station against them, if I have time. Control on machine 32 set. Activate generator 19. Panels 1 through 10 switched on.
They almost broke down the door.
Hold them off. We need more time. As the door wrenches open, Tim fires the ray gun. The oncoming guards are rendered motionless by the powerful ray gun, as Guia and Rio, with Tam's help, set the controls on the giant machine. That's it, Tam! Shut off the retro valve! There's another one on the panel next to it. Get that one too.
Hurry! There might be more of them coming.
It's finished. Now let's get out of here. Follow me.
Are you sure this is the way out?
I'll explain later. This is our only chance.
Will someone please explain to me just where we're going?
This platform is over 50 feet above the main floor. In about 1 minute, those weather control machines are going to start humming, and everything below 50 feet will be frozen solid. If I set everything correctly, we should be safe.
Poppin' planets. Let's hope so.
Gorko sees his enemies escaping capture.
I've got to stop them. My guards couldn't stop them, but my atomic ray gun will.
The temperature begins to drop fast. Ice forms in the lower section of the control room. Moments later, the entire area is enveloped in a bitter, biting sub-zero temperature. Gorko enters the control room.
There they are, up on that catwalk.
But, as he aims his gun,
I can't move. I'm turning to ice.
It worked. Everything down there is frozen solid.
The sub-zero temperature is set for only 1 hour. After that, we can go down there. It'll take Gorko and his men hours to thaw out. By then, our ships from Aurorius will be here. I released the weather control mechanism that immobilized our people. A short time later, our men have arrived. We can take over now, dismantle Gorko's station, and take his men prisoners. Thanks to our friends from Earth. Tim and Tam head for home.
It'll sure be good to get back to our space station.
You can say that again. And the first thing I'm going to do when we get there is turn the heat up. I'm freezing. And that's the first story. I think there's a second story. Space Family Robinson. Rescue on Asteroid 48. High above an asteroid belt, thousands of miles from their space station home, Tim and Tam Robinson search the skies for a missing space probe rocket ship from Earth.
Can you see anything through the superscope, Tam? There's a strange spot on that asteroid down there. You'll have to get closer.
Tim brings the spacemobile closer.
It's the Earth ship. See any signs of life? No. Nothing's moving. Hold tight. We're going to land.
Moments later, Tim brings the spacemobile down on the asteroid.
Make sure you secure all your tab locks, Tam. Don't worry about that. Breathing is one of my habits.
Oh, Tim and Tam see no signs of life as they approach the Earthship.
Tim, something's wrong. I know, sis. There should be astro sentries on duty. I don't see anyone.
Sensing something mysteriously wrong, Tim and Tam head up the gangplank. And inside,
everything's in working order. They've just disappeared. Where could they have gone?
After searching throughout the spaceship, they reach the main control center.
There's not a soul aboard. Not one crewman. We better get back to the spacemobile and call Dad. We found the missing space probe ship, Dad, on an asteroid in Sector 48.
Sector 48? Aboard the space station.
Son, get out of there. A galactic mass is entering that sector.
But we've got to try to save the Earth crew. How much time do we have?
Not more than 5 hours. Don't press your luck, son.
Okay, Dad. We'll keep in contact. Click.
Tim and Tam start the search.
Let's take a look down this tunnel.
Deeper and deeper into the Earth they go.
Tim, I have the feeling we're being watched. Me too.
Suddenly, the tunnel opens onto a vast underground cave and a nightmarish scene.
Oh, Tim! I can't be seeing right. What are they? Some sort of subhumans. Made out of red clay. They've made prisoners of the crew from the Earthship. They see us. Let's get out of here. We can't help that Earth crew if we're captured too. Hurry, Tam!
As Tim and Tam race for freedom, the red clay masses on the tunnel walls suddenly come to life.
They're coming right out of the walls! Into this side tunnel! Quick!
And a moment later, they are completely surrounded.
We're trapped! Easy, sis. We'll just have to play their game for a while.
As Tim and Tam are led back toward the main cave,
look at that creature ducking away from that dripping water. Water might be just the thing.
In a rock cell, Tim explains the imminent danger to the captain of the ship.
We haven't much time, Captain. That galactic mass is due to strike very soon.
It sounds as if we better make a break for it. And fast.
Is your ship able to take off?
Yes. When we landed to explore, the Claymen came aboard and captured us. But they didn't touch the ship. But how do we get past those two guards?
I've got an idea that just might work. And there's our weapon. Water. Tim, what are you talking about? The Claymen are afraid of it. Enough water would render them helpless. Their body makeup would disintegrate.
I noticed that their main cave was dry as a bone. You could be right.
But even so, how do we get enough water to do us any good? It would take us hours to get enough from that. We don't have the time. But there's probably an underground spring behind that wall. We're going to break it through.
Following Tim's instructions, the Earth crew form a screen to conceal Tim's actions from the Claymen.
It's a good thing those Claymen can't hear, Tim. You're making enough racket to wake up a whole galaxy. I can't help that, sis. We've got to work fast. So,
Tim and the Earth crew work in feverish shifts. And then,
Here it comes!
the underground spring breaks through the wall.
Look, they're backing off.
Whoosh!
Let's go. Make a run for the main tunnel to the surface. Hurry, Tim. We've only got a few minutes left. What do we do now? We don't have the water to help us here. We'll just have to outrun them. Run, Tam! Run!
They're gaining on us!
There's the entrance. Poppin' planets! Here comes the galactic mass!
As the Claymen come out of the cave, they too spot the devastating galactic mass approaching swiftly. Tim gets the spacemobile aloft, and the Earth ship zooms skyward as the Claymen retreat to the safety of their caves. And just in time,
Whew! That was too close for comfort.
the galactic mass pelts and pounds the asteroid furiously as the Earth ship and spacemobile head for home.
Those crewmen will have quite a tale to tell when they get back to Earth. Yes, but will anyone believe them?
And that's the end. I think that's the last story, yep. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be appreciated. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.